June 21st at 11:37 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby, number 3. Hello, ladies and gents. Welcome back to Phoenix Wright as Attorney Justice for All. Things are looking slightly better. That was a close one. I knew you were giving it your all to defend me, but I could feel the death penalty hanging in the air. Felt like I was pretty close to dying myself. Hey, you were wonderful out there. You listened carefully, made theories, and tricked everyone into believing it. Wait, what? What do you mean? Tricked? That must be the lawyer's secret technique, right? By the way, is the next witness who I think it is? Oh my gosh, this hat is not sitting on my head. My glasses are being weird. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Lotta Hart. Guess there's no escaping her, huh? Remember, Nick, you promised you'd save me. If you lose, me and my sister's ghosts will come after and haunt you. I believe her too. Your sister? Oh, are you talking about Mystic Mia? Yeah, do you remember her, Pearly? My sister was a super good lawyer. Oh my gosh. She was also Nick's teacher. Oh, I didn't know that. And back to Mia. Nope. Courtroom. Okay, we're good. Please just sit comfortably.
Court will now reconvene. Now, the first order of...
I don't want to hear it, old man. After I call my witness, sit there quietly and watch like a good boy.
Yes, sir.
Bring in the photographer witness, the channeling. Witness, your name and occupation, please. Hey Felix, how you doing? Just fine. Sorry about this. Didn't exactly have a choice, you know. Name and occupation. I declare what in tarnation? Hey Judge, this here is violence against my fair self. That's fair. That's fine. That ain't fine. That's a whip. There's no need for foolish outcries from foolish fools. Just hurry up and testify about what happened the day of the murder. I haven't even gotten to say my name and job yet. Beat her up. The name's Lotta Hart, paranormal photographer, and I'm here to testify.
Now, let's all be one big family, okay?
Yeah, tell Von Karma that. Why is she allowed a whip in the courtroom? Only the doc and the defendant went into the channeling chamber. We were waiting outside door, and then bang, we hear this gunshot. Mr. Lawyer there broke the door down, and we rushed into the room. Inside was the dead victim, and the defendant waving a pistol around. I swear, other than those two, there was no one else in the room. She had a knife in her hand, not a pistol.
And you take a picture of the scene right after the murder took place?
Reckon course. Excuse me? Reckon course. It's short for you reckon? Of course I did. Does it look like I care? Just to hurry up and show your picture to the court. Moment of truth. What will be in that picture? Let's see here. This here's the picture. Oh, she did have a gun in her hand. Weird.
It would certainly seem that only the defendant and the victim were in that room.
Are you ready, Mr. Phoenix Wright? I'll clear all doubt about Maya through this cross-examination. Just watch me. Swore we walked in, she had a knife, but We're just gonna press everything for now. Is it really only those two? What are you babbling about? You were there too, were you not? Why don't you answer that yourself? Was it really just the two of them? Yes. Dr. Gray and Maya were the only two that went into the room.
Hold on. We can't have the defense testifying against its own client.
Anyway, folks, only two of them went into the channeling chamber, you hear? But you knew from the very beginning, didn't you? Witness, continue. What about the second bang? We heard two bangs. Was it really a gunshot? Are you insane? Why don't you damn it? No, I'm not testifying. Something that sounded like a gunshot. Why am I testifying? I heard a gunshot a long time ago, so I know. And I tell you, that was a gunshot I heard. Now this is where the story heats up. So do I press this? Because there were two gunshots. We save it so that I don't have to worry about listening to him tell me that I'm wrong. Present the gun. Nope. If the music doesn't stop, then you know it's not it. Oops. Alright. Yeah, I broke the door down. I want to press this just to see what Von Karma does. So, let me get this straight. This Mr. Lawyer there broke the door down? Honestly, Mr. Phoenix Wright, why don't you tell us what happened then? Yeah. I broke the door down. Sorry. Why does this feel like an inquisition? No need for apologizing. That was great. For a real man. You're a real man.
Oh, really? That's something I would have liked to see.
Judge is smiling rather openly. I'll take that as a good sign. And, what did you see once you broke in? Inside was the dead victim, and the defendant waving a pistol around. Let's look at this photo again, see if there's anything in here that could help us. Gun. Victim on the ground. Can't see anything like at the screen, so I don't think this picture really helps right now. She has another photo, just waiting for that. No, let's press this. Nope, just had to check. Yes, just chill there, Phoenix. Press it. Are you sure it was the defendant, Maya Fey? Sure, I'm sure. Lotta seems awfully confident in her testimony. Lotta, please, think back to that day one more time. What you getting at? Remember what you said when we broke into the room? I was murdered. Lotta, at a time like this? Times like this are the perfect for snapping up shots. But anyway, what's going on here? This gal, is she Maya? When you saw the murderer at that time, you couldn't even tell if it was Maya Fey or not, am I correct? Well, you'll see.
Order, Miss Hart. You are here to present accurate testimony.
Yeah, sorry. Good, this shifts things back on my side. For a defense lawyer, your defense is terribly lacking, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Witness, think back to when those two entered the channeling chamber. When they entered? One of those people that entered the chamber was Maya Fey, correct? Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it was Maya that went in.
It looks like we've come to a collective conclusion. Person in this picture is most certainly Maya Fey.
Exactly. That's trapped like one. Again. Other than those two, there was no one else in the room. Are you absolutely certain about that? Sure am. But that old witch chased us out of the room, so... Old witch? You mean Morgan Le Fay? But there was no one else in there, and you know it. The channeling chamber was very dark, almost pitch black. Is there really no one else in there? What about behind the folding screen? What about behind the folding screen? Did you check back there? Rick Given. What? Rick Given. You know, you reckon? That's a given. I took me a good look around the room once. There ain't no way anyone was hanging out behind that folding screen.
I may have a word with you, Miss Hart.
What? You got a problem?
Given. I am having a little difficulty in understanding you. If you would stop saying things.
Now then, Mr. Phoenix Wright, do you see a problem with the testimony, or don't you? Story adds up. What's worse, I was there at the scene of the crime with her. Her story is exactly how I would have told it too. Alright, so we have to say the right thing was behind the... So it wasn't the folding screen, I guess. Behind the door. I don't think the door... I mean, it is a heavy door. This is of the channeling chamber. The doors open in, or... That doesn't show us. There is no door. There could be like a secret compartment under the flooring, but I think, you know what, we're gonna save it right here so that we can come back to it quickly. Behind the door. I wasn't born yesterday, you know. Okay, so... Oh yeah, we like broke down the door. That's right, so... If anybody was behind it, they're dead. They're dead. What about under the flooring? Did you check there? I ain't no ignoramus to make it out of here. Huh? What? What are you talking about, me? Under the flooring? Come on, even a bug wouldn't fit crawl under that. Sorry to disappoint, but there was no secret passageway under the flooring. Oh. Yeah, that was a bit far-fetched, huh? So everything's on track. So... It's gotta be something with this. I feel like there can be room, so... No. Damn it! Alright. Well, once I figure it out, you'll see some progress. Oh. There we go. For some reason, it didn't count me pressing everything. Like, I just had to press everything. I didn't have to present anything.
It seems that there are no issues with Mrs. Hart's testimony.
At the time of the crime, only 2 people were in the channeling chamber. The victim, Dr. Turner Gray, and the defendant, Maya Fey. The face
of the defendant cannot be verified in this picture. However, we think about the circumstances, it would have to be the defendant.
What am I gonna do? I just let this go.
What is it, Mr. Wright? You look as if you have something to say.
If I make one wrong move, I'm going to have the judge against me. Is there anything I can present that would prove it's not Maya in that photo?
No. Well, Mr. Wright?
Nothing, Your Honor. That's very smart of you, Mr. Phoenix Wright. You really should give up trying to prove this is not Maya Fey. I didn't say anything about giving up. I just don't have the right piece of evidence to prove my argument.
That's enough.
Is this it? Is this all I can do?
I think it is quite obvious that this court that a verdict of not guilty is not possible.
I told you. Totally 100% impossible.
Ms. Von Karma, do you have any further questions for this witness?
Having established the defendant's guilt, further questioning won't be needed.
What about the defense? No further questions, I presume?
I couldn't protect Maya. The defense... But... Phoenix! You can't make that kind of face. A lawyer is someone who smiles, no matter how bad it gets. Mia!
And now she's Pearl.
Hey, I guess I made it just in time, wouldn't you say? But... Pearls? Her clothes are a bit small. Anyway, what are you waiting for, Phoenix? Let's go. How? She's already taken away every advantage. Advantage is still in your hand. Think carefully, one more time, about what you saw in the channeling chamber. Do you remember what you told me yesterday? Dr. Gray! I was murdered. What?
Time like this, yep, snapping shots.
You see, there is one final piece to this puzzle. Mia. Question Lotta one more time, Phoenix. I don't know if she's doing it unconsciously or on purpose, but she's not testifying truthfully.
Now then, this court would like to end the cross-examination period.
Wait, Your Honor. The defense would like to request that the defense testify one more time.
Overruled. I'm afraid you're too late, Mr. Wright. The cross-examination has already ended. Furthermore...
It's fine. I'll allow another testimony. Von Karma's case is perfect. Absolutely flawless. And what better time than this for you to see that?
But, I mean, I have some place I must go after this. Alright, I'll allow it. Miss Hart, hurry and give another testament.
What the heck? What am I even supposed to talk about? Tell us once more. What happened when you burst into the channeling chamber? Okay, you got it. See, you got through to the judge somehow, right?
Well, actually, it was Von Karma's wit that got through. Right.
When we broke into that room, all I could focus on was Maya. I was, kinda scared of the dead body, so I didn't take a good look at it. I'm really bad when it comes to blood and ghosts and stuff. But I still managed to point my camera at Maya and take a shot.
Nothing sounds different from before.
Some parts of her testimony were very vague. Sir pressure on their struggle all you like as you taste the bitterness of your defeat. Amuse me with your useless questions, Mr. Phoenix Wright. I'm waiting.
Alright, let's do this. We're just gonna press.
So, what did she look like? You know, she looked almost like a different person.
Different person?
Sorry, I got the hiccups a bit. She may have seemed like a different person. However, she was still Maya Fey. We have already made that point abundantly clear.
Yes, that is true. Well, then, Miss Hart, did you happen to see anything else?
Then perhaps that body was not Dr. Gray. That's not... well, I reckon that's possible. If the body inside that room was not that of Dr. Gray, then whose body was it, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Well, what if it was that of Maya Fey after the channeling? Or maybe... Foolish fool spouting foolishness. Just I expect of a foolish fool just as you. If that were the case, then that would mean that Maya Fey is, in fact, dead. And that would make the defendant's chair quite a lonely place, wouldn't it? Sorry, Maya. Are y'all done here? Can I continue? And even knowing that, you still persist in being a paranormal photographer? That's why I'm getting out of this here business. This gal's gonna get the dirt on the stars and be a tabloid photographer from now on. She goes through jobs faster than a baby through diapers. Mr. Phoenix Wright, would it kill you to stay on topic for a change? Nice. Tag teamed in stereo. Guess I would be grateful it's not in 5.1. Still managed to point the camera at 2, right? 2 what? 2 shots. You took 2 shots.
But only one has been submitted as evidence.
Miss Hart, where's the other picture you have been withholding? No, you got it all wrong. It's not me. I didn't mean anything bad. I know I can be a little mean, but I ain't evil. Well, at least she knows herself.
Then why have you not shown this other picture to the court yet?
Ain't it obvious? That prosecutor woman told me to shut my trap about it. What? Von Karma.
Miss Von Karma, you're hiding critical evidence.
Unforgivable, Von Karma. Suppressing evidence like this, you're as bad as your father. Do we confront her, or let the judge do it? We'll let the judge do it, and if that doesn't work out, then we'll come back. I'm so mad that even my throat's clenched now. Better let the judge handle this.
Miss Von Karma, would you care to explain yourself to this court?
I thought this picture was not important, and thus felt no need to submit it. That's all. How could you think the pictures were more or less the same, so why bother with the second? I mean, it's just so much more trouble than it's worth for me to submit this as evidence. More trouble than it's worth? How can you say that? If you want it so badly, I'll submit it.
Alrighty.
Those eyes are Mimi's eyes. Is she left-handed? Or... I don't think we really have, like, any kind of proof of that.
What is this picture?
It's obviously the second picture the witness took that day of the scene of the crime. Well, it's a little off-centered, but that's what you get with a nervous amateur.
I think the important point here is the person in this picture. This is most definitely not Maya Fey. What is the meaning of this?
This might be the break I was looking for. Now, should I or should I not insist that the person in this picture is not Maya? Insist. Your Honor, as you can plainly see, the person in the picture is not Maya Fey.
Yes, I can see that. It's not just her face. Her whole body has taken on a different appearance.
There's only one conclusion that can be drawn then. That somehow this other person snuck in and traded places.
Order! Well, yes, I believe you are correct, Mr. Wright. The person who was inside the channeling chamber was not Maya Fey.
Mia, we did it! You're too soft. Huh? You're softer than Aunt Morgan's strawberry desserts, Phoenix. Take a look at Prosecutor Von Calmer's face. She's smiling. I think you had better continue to worry, Mr. Phoenix.
Miss Von Calmer, what do you mean by that?
Your Honor, I would like for you to take a look at this picture. This was taken yesterday at the detention center's visitors room. This is Mr. Phoenix Wright and the defendant, Maya Fey, during his visit.
Maya Fey? But isn't this a totally different person?
She looks this way because she is obviously in the middle of channeling a spirit.
It's unbelievable that she can...
Yet, it is the truth. When Maya Fey is in that state, she physically changes into the person she's calling. Miss Von Calmer, a word, if I may. Mia, taking pictures of someone during a private visit is illegal. Surely, you must know that that picture can't be submitted as evidence. Obviously, I know this picture is illegal, but I never intended to submit it as evidence in the first place. So then it can't be used. Like in any way, shape, or form. Anything that suggests has to be thrown out. From the moment I showed this picture to the court, this case became all mine. After all, this image has now been forever burned into the judge's mind. I don't have even a single witty line. Looks like we've been had.
I don't claim to understand this, and I still cannot believe it. Are you saying that this person is the defendant, Maya Fey?
If I give up here, the trial will end. But if I slip up and say something wrong, it'll cost me.
Is there any way I can
prove that this picture is not Maya? We're gonna save it first, so we don't done goof. And then we need some kind of proof. Excuse me. Yes, we do. There's no gunshot hole in that robe. I can prove it. Your Honor.
Oh, the fire has returned to your eyes, I see.
This picture. Within this picture lies a critical contradiction to all the testimony up until now.
Contradiction?
So, you think you've spotted a problem with this picture? Then earn your keep. That's why you kept it from the evidence. Why don't you point out exactly where it is? Right here. Please direct your attention here.
To the sleeve? But there isn't anything odd about it.
Exactly. And that is exactly what's so odd. Something that should be there is suddenly missing. Should be there. Ah! There was a bullet hole in the sleeve of the defendant's costume. If that's the case, then it should be in this picture as well.
Miss Von Calmer, you intended to hide this valuable piece of evidence. You will most certainly be assigned a penalty for this.
Alright, this should do some major damage.
Major damage?
Don't celebrate yet. You like to bring the mood down, don't you? Take a look at Miss Vaughn Karma's face. She's got that condescending grin again. Jumping the gun again, I see, Your Honor. I would like to extend an apology on behalf of those incompetent fools.
What do you mean? And what incompetent fools?
If those fools down at the precinct hadn't missed the bullet hole, I would have gotten a report about it. As I didn't, I could not have known that this picture was of any value to this case.
I see.
She's lying through her teeth. I know it. The woman knew about everything. The bullet hole, the picture, everything. But you can't prove that. Franziska von Karma's idea of a perfect case is quite fascinating, don't you think? Your Honor, no need not to worry. You need not to worry. If you must assign a penalty, I'll personally make sure that detective gets what's coming. I'm sure there will be a great gnashing of teeth at his next salary discussion. Poor Gumshoe.
In any case, this is a very big problem. When the defendant was taken into custody, her costume had a bullet hole in its sleeve. However, from this photo, it would appear that right after the shooting, there was none.
The judge is confused by this strange twist of events. This is your chance, Phoenix. Load all you got into this one shot, alright? Got it. Watch this, Maya. Your Honor, there is only one logical explanation for the contradiction. The shooter is someone else. The defendant's sleeve had a bullet hole in it, correct? However, this person's clearly does not. There can only be one explanation. The person who shot Dr. Gray was not the defendant, but a different person altogether. What?
Order! 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 Okay. Order! If order is not restored, I will suspend this trial.
Why me? The defense's argument is a complete mess. A complete mess? I fail to see how. Please, enlighten me. Hey, witness. What the heck? Is that any favor to ask a gal favor? Be quiet, you. You were the one who said it was only the two of them when you entered the room. Well, you know. If you were lying, I swear that my whip will be the last thing you see. Look, sis. You're looking mighty scary, so why don't we say you... I swear, I wasn't lying nothing. There wasn't anyone else in there. Honest. You see? Now riddle me this, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Where did the defendant vanish to? And where did the other woman appear from? Why is it lately all I want to do is cry?
Well, if the person in this picture is not the defendant, this poses two very big questions. First, where did the defendant vanish to? And second, where did this person come from?
That's right. Now, hurry up and answer, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Come on, you can't fall apart here, Phoenix. I can't believe that even Mia's calling me by my full name. But, I mean, how am I supposed to prove something like this? Had enough yet, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Or do you think you have enough in you to turn things around even now? To turn things around? That's right. Me would always turn things around and change her perspective. Phoenix? So, where did this intruder appear from? And where did Maya disappear to? I need to look at this situation from a different angle. See. What if before we broke in, that third person was already in the room? What if Maya had left that room somehow? If I could prove that either one of those conditions were true.
Mr. Wright, Let's hear what you've come up with.
I think what happened before we forced our way into the chamber is... third person had already entered. Your Honor, I'd like to present some evidence. I have proof that there was someone else in the room before the murder took place. Boom. Please, take a good look at this.
Okay.
I've already seen it. Thank you.
And what is the purpose of this item?
Don't you see, Your Honor? I don't think you actually see what you are doing.
I think it is in the court.
Oh, wait, what? That was it. That wasn't it? How does that not... Okay. Could it be the floor plan? No, it can't be the floor plans. I mean, it could be. There's space. I prove that there was someone else in the room. How do I have proof? I don't... Okay, it's not that. You know what? I'm gonna take a little bit of a beating here, apparently. Let me save here. Because Mia couldn't have left the room. There has to be a way that I can prove that a third person was in there. But it's not obvious to me. That ain't it. I don't think it's going with the other way. Maya had... There's no way that Maya could have left the room. Forced our way into the chat. Okay, before we faced... Maybe? I have left it. And the fence can prove this. Oh? How a foolish fool makes a foolish face while dreaming foolishly foolish dreams. Maya Fey was being looked after by her aunt Morgan Le Fay. The chances of her leaving the crime scene is lower than that detective's salary. Anyway, let's see some evidence. Prove that from the murder until the time of the arrest, the defendant had left the room. This, now? Yeah, there we go. That's how we used the key. Used it wrong, my bad. Miss Hart, do you remember this key? Well, hey! That's the channeling chamber key, right? Before the channeling started, Maya locked the door from the inside with that. The defendant herself locked the door? Yeah, that's why we all couldn't get the door open. That key's the only one of its kind, after all.
Oh? One of a kind, you say?
Damn it. Wait. Mr. Phoenix Wright? Yes. Looks like she's catching on. I'm afraid to ask, but why is that key currently in your possession?
Oh? What do you mean?
If Maya Fey locked herself in, then the key should have been with her.
Yes, agreed.
However, she did not have the key at the time of her arrest. Ah, well, ain't that a kick? So how come you're holding it? I got this as a present from a certain little girl. And that little girl was nowhere near the crime scene at the time. That's preposterous. This means that Maya Fey must have left the room. If she had not, then I would not be holding this key you see before you. No! Sorry.
It seems we have come to an impasse. This picture has clearly captured the face of the murderer. However, is this person the defendant or not? The defense is arguing that this person is not the defendant. Furthermore, as proof, this key has been submitted as evidence. Miss Von Karma.
How can this be?
At this point in time, a verdict on the defendant's guilt is not possible.
Sorry. A perfect case. How is there a flaw in my perfect case? Don't think you've won yet, Mr. Phoenix Wright. I am a prodigy. I've never lost a case. And I don't intend to lose here in this courtroom to a fool like you. I don't care what I have to do. I will get my guilty verdict.
That's enough. If you would like to continue, do so in the lobby. Court will reconvene tomorrow at 10 a.m. That is all. Court is adjourned.
Oh, that was you, Pearly? You summoned my sis? Yeah. I felt as I had no choice. Great going, Pearly. I knew you were special. Hey, Nick, did you know? Yeah, it's not like anyone else in there could have done that. Nick. I know you're trying really hard and all, but I really don't remember ever leaving that room. And I don't think that a third person could have gone into that room. Yeah. Well, at least we have until tomorrow to figure things out. Like, what happened in that room, for instance. Yeah, I'm counting on you. I envy the two of you. Oh, by the way, Nick, do you think you could take Pearly back home for me? Sure. Alright, Pearls, you ready to go buy some tickets? Huh? A ticket? Poor thing. So sheltered. And that's gonna do it for today's episode. We're hanging on by a thread. As of right now, they can't prove shit. So, we might need a little bit more evidence. But, we're gonna be wrapping things up, hopefully. Getting things settled. Figuring out who really did it and why. But until then, thank you guys so much for watching. As always, I greatly do appreciate it. Until next time. Peace out, Girl Scouts!